That. Well, thanks. Thank you all for joining us here. I'm Afsha Kansal and I'm going to be your MC for the evening today. Welcome to the SDI Finals 2026. 3 years ago, SDI became the largest net zero building challenge in the world, and it continues to lead its way. Now, I have a couple of questions for all of you. How many of us are here at this Infosys campus for the very first time? And how many of us look forward to coming back here year on year? Because I know there are lots of familiar faces, right? So I think with that, what I'm getting to is that we should give a very, 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 very big round of applause to Infosys. Every year, they leave no stone unturned to host us with so much pleasure, and they make the entire experience worth it. And I hope I keep seeing most of these faces every single year. So thank you, Infosys. We're grateful for your continued support. And before we get into the core, I have a few housekeeping rules that I'm going to speak out. So please note all of them. In case we have an emergency fire, please follow the exit signs. Do not use any lift and gather outside the building. Cell phones on silent, please. And I'm going to pause there for 30 seconds. So for those of you who are not sure, please take out your cell phones and put them on silent. No food and drinks are allowed within the auditorium. If by any chance you have any of those, please step outside, keep them, and then you may re-enter. And lastly, for movement across the campus, 2 regular shuttle buses will run continuous loops between venues, and additional cars are always available for your movement. So please look out for them whenever you're doing your transfers after this event tomorrow and the day after, because we have a long way to go. So with that, are we all ready to see what our presenters have to offer? Right. Thank you so much. Today, we have the privilege of seeing some of the industry's brightest lights and their innovations that promise to combat climate change. In totality, we saw 27 startups with some amazing products in the exhibition. Our jury from leading organizations across the country met with these startups earlier today, talked to them, and they've shortlisted 10 of them for the pitch session that we are going to have now. They have also committed to taking the innovation conversation forward for the most promising solutions. So prepare to be captivated by the innovative solutions. They want to reshape our future with their ingenious and scalable solutions. They offer us the opportunity to revolutionize the way we construct and operate our buildings. So immerse yourself in a dazzling display of brilliance. I hope they leave you inspired and motivated, and everyone here feels optimistic about the future. So let's give all of them a very big round of applause as they wait and gear up on the backstage. Our jury for the Climate Smart Innovation Awards have a passion for sustainability and innovation. They spend their waking hours hunting for innovations that they can scale or implement in their work. Please give a thunderous round of applause to our jury. Harleen Oberoi, Senior Vice President and Head of Project Management for India and South Asia, Tata Realty and Infrastructure Limited. Sudesh Kolte, Director, Kolte Housing and Infrastructure. Rachna Singh, Head Planning and Design, Bengaluru Airport City at Kempegowda International Airport. Sandeep Shikre, Founder and CEO at Sandeep Shikre and Associates. Sohail Rahman, Managing Director and CEO at Co-Evolve Estates. Suresh Krishna, Regional Head Infrastructure at Infosys. Pavitra Venkatesh, GM at Design and Sustainability, Mahindra Life Spaces. Gautam Khote, Managing Partner, 7th Gen Ventures. Gantavya Kshatri, Lead Investments and Portfolio Management, Brigade REAP. Pavan Rajkumar, Partner, Zika Capital. Shruti Parija, Director, Climate and Sustainability at Social Alpha. Gauri Bhatt, Investment Team, Rainmatter by Zerodha. Tejas Rao, External Ventures Manager, Nova by Saint Gobain. Now, if all our jury members are here, maybe to make it a little fun, can I request you to get up and wave and say hi to everyone at the back so they know you're all here in the audience? And from what we've heard, they're all carrying checkbooks, just FYI. So you can all catch them, if not here, then later on. Well, without further ado, let's kick off the session. And with that, I'm going to invite the first 5 presenters on our center stage. The first 5 presenters are from Climb Easy, Crust, Dura Composites, Gangotri Energy Projects, and Mexifier Engineering. Are you all ready for us to get to the session? Perfect. So how this is going to work is that you'll all have 3 minutes to pitch your solution and convince the jury that you deserve the Climate Smart Innovation Award. At SDI, we are sticklers for time, which means we are going to warn you at 2.5 minutes and then very strictly just come in and have to stop you sharp at 3 minutes. I have a bell with me. So at 2.5 minutes, I'll try to be a little low and I'll do something like that. And at 3 minutes, this may be a harder ring and I'll just come and have to stop you if the presentation isn't done within that time. After each presentation, the jury will have a chance to ask one question only. So maybe you can all coordinate between yourself and see who wants to take which question for which team. And with that, I'm going to invite our first team, which is Climb Easy. And we'll only start once your presentation is here and you're sure about it. And this is the clicker. That's the clicker. So how about you give it a try once? That's your presentation. That's it. How do you go back? Back का button blank है. एक बार और दबाएं. इसके पहले एक slide है. Go to the last slide then manually. Can you just, yeah, can you stay there? We'll go back to your, that's the one? Okay. So are you ready? Should we start your time now?
Yep.
Okay, wait, give them a second. Your presentation is again not there. This side.
Okay. Namaskara, Mysuru. And I'm very, very glad to be here as part of this program, CSI 2026. It's a great opportunity. My name is Shampa, co-founder at Climb Easy. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid that if you don't have energy, how are you going to make versatile solution and products? And he always told me to work on the energy sector, somehow, any phase of the life. And today I'm going to talk about one of the crucial things that India is facing, which is an energy crisis, very dependent on external sources. And one of the most versatile source of energy is called naphtha. The potential market of naphtha in India is $20+ billion, and it is used in the multiple industry in multiple applications. Now we are already aware where we are on the energy side. 88% of import on the crude is done within India, and the price of crude is already going up. I don't see a point why it will go down, even if we have signed MOUs and all that stuff. And the constant threat from the Western world is mind-boggling. And I think India is high time India gets started on the energy crisis and get solution on it. So what we are doing at Climb Easy is we are unlocking the India's giga scale opportunity by making climate smart naphtha. So we are supported by United Nations program, IMA Venture, and also Massive Art Foundation. What our platform does is a NAFTA product, which is highly efficient on the calorific value. At the same time, it is very low on the contaminants. So what the good news is about is it is very competitive compared to the other products. Now let's understand that why this NAFTA is going to work out. So we are using multi-layer plastic waste, which is low value and very difficult to recycle. And we do use this in our reactors, which is nothing but the physics simulated environment, which maximizes the yield of this low value plastic waste into high value yield of naphtha, which is up to 70 to 80%. Now, in the market standards, right now, naphtha is only at 50%. Okay, now this is the traction. This is the unit that we have in Bangalore. We have done pilots. We have got commitment from investors. This is some of the large use cases we are running. This is the projected revenue for the next 5 years, 700 crores we are expecting, and we will be definitely profitable from the first year. This is our ask. Half of it is done. So we are looking for people who can join our team and also in some way leverage to get access to the business network. This is my team. And I'm an IT IIM graduate. Along with me, Jaydev, who is a PhD in polymer science. Soumya and Rahul are also part of the team. That's all. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Perfect. Thank you. With that, I'm going to request the jury to take the one question that they have. Do we have any takers?
Hello. Yeah. Uh, yeah, we met and during your presentation, there
Yes, sir.
was one question that I asked just. You talked about some downtime in like this in a month
Yes.
run,
Yes.
and some downtime you talked about like about a week's time in a month.
Yeah.
So how could we address that to improve it, like in a sense?
Yeah, essentially, it's a continuous process, the unit that we have. It's a 3 weeks continuous process. After that, essentially, we want to keep 2 days downtime for the maintenance based on the data that we see. Now, the interesting part is the AI part because AI's algorithm is helping us to understand whether it actually needs maintenance. We can continue if it doesn't need. So AI based reactor, which is what we're claiming, is really helping us to maximize the continuity of the production. Yes.
So AI is the thing that
Yes, AI is the big king here. And that's the biggest differentiation compared to others.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And next we have Crust on stage with us. And is that your presentation? That's the right one, right? That's to go next. That one. Yeah. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Over to you. Your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Crop burning is one of the major problems India is trying to tackle. While we are burning agri residue, we are cutting billions of trees for our timber needs. And the other problem is toxic formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is a carcinogen that's used as a binder in the wooden panel industry. It's banned globally. The question is, why are we still using it in India? And the other question is, when we have abundant agri residue available, why do we still not have an alternative for timber? So it has three reasons. One being the supply chain issue where seasonal availability, And if you use agri residue, your boards become inferior in quality. Would you want them in your dream home? I don't think so. And if you replace formaldehyde, the boards gets 3 times expensive. Are we ready to pay green premium? Absolutely not. That's where CRAS comes into the picture. We are a biomass conversion platform. We have 2 patented technologies which enables us to use any kind of agri residue. The first technology being Fuma Solve, which helps us manufacture high quality pulp for paper and packaging industries, and the other being Omni Blend. It's a precision blending technology which makes sure each and every particle is coated with the adhesive that we add, resulting in high strength. And it also helps us reduce the non-formaldehyde adhesive consumption by 2 to 5%, making the boards affordable, giving us world's first zero emission high strength crop fiber boards made using a patented technology. These boards add to a global market of $992 billion. And the 6 companies that you see here, they have a mutual market share of $50 billion, catering to the paper and the wood panel industry using timber. Crast is the only competitor from India who is catering to both these industries using agri residue as an alternative to timber. Our boards are commercialized and used in various projects. The projects so far, sorry, there's a video, but our projects so far have saved up till 95 tons of CO2 emissions, saving 500 plus trees. And this is the kind of impact we are looking at in the next year using our one factory. Now, it's not just an environmental impact, it's the social impact that we are creating by generating secondary income to our farmers. Don't buy my word for quality. Let's hear it from the carpenters who use our boards on ground.
थोड़ा बहुत बढ़िया है मतलब बोर्ड एकदम टेस्ट लग रहे हैं। देखा भैया आज पलाई बा बहुत मस्त पलाई बा। सबसे पहले क्वालिटी भी एकर अच्छा बाटे और कटिंग करे में बहुत अच्छा लागेला, स्मूथ कटिंग हो जाला।
I mean, you and I can talk about sustainability, formaldehyde, and stuff for our carpenters. All that it matters is quality and workability, and that's what we are achieving with Crust. Thank you so much.
Over to the jury for any question.
Does any waste get generated in the manufacturing process? Or if so, how do you handle that?
So there's very minimal waste that gets generated. It's basically like the dust of agri residue, and we repurpose it in our next batch of production. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to invite Dura Composites, please. Can you press the green button, please? Can you double press it, thanks? Just stay there. Okay. That's a PDF. PDF, there's no way to go back using the finger. It will only go next. But we can't see anything as it is. Can you press the green button once, please? We'll only start our time when it's fixed and that's where you start from?
That's the second slide from the first.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us here. So today we are all here to talk about the Nirman of the Neo Bharat. We all know the corrosion problems that are being faced with the country and the global markets. So I believe with Neobus, we are today sitting at the largest TAM that we can cater to in the segment that has never been done before to replace a steel or a cement segment. Today we are at 4 trillion. We'll be definitely at 10 trillion with PM's vision in next 10 to 12 years, consuming 50 million tons of approximate steel today, growing to 150 million tons, and our share of the GDP in the segment is going to just go up. So to support this Nirman of the new Bharat, we do need more resilient and durable materials. So to support this Nirman, we have introduced Neobuzz, 100% corrosion free, incredible strength, long life, minimum carbon, and supporting the Naya Bharat that we all are envisioning. So these are the comparatives against the steel. So why are we why there is a chance of an innovation getting failed is largely because of the scale, adaptability, and the cost associated with the new technology and the green materials. Neobas has solved each one of them. So if we talk about the numbers, by 27-28 we'll be shipping 5,000 tons of Neobas a year, scaling to 20,000 tons by 2030 and 1,70,000 tons, 1,75,000 tons by 2035. We are just replacing 0.1% in 28, 0.05% in 20 FY 3031, and by 35 we'll be replacing just 2% of the steel market, right? So these are our numbers currently. This year our run rate is going to be around 13 to 14 CR. We'll be closing this year at, and we are scaling. We are definitely sure that we'll be scaling again 4x, 5x next year as well, next financial year as well. Our we have 50 plus clienteles with 95% plus repeat rate. We have a project here done in Mysore as well. These are our numbers. Till now, we have sold 450 plus tons of material, replacing 2,900 tons of carbon. By FY 30, when we'll be shipping almost 20,000 tons of neobars, we'll be replacing 1 lakh ton of carbon. So what is our moat and USP in our segment, right? So we have developed multiple applications. We are the application and technical first company. So these are the applications that no one else in the market has done. So these are our credentials. And what is our moat here again? We all know that there are a lot of smart and good innovative solutions out there, but the only reason that they are not able to create a big impact, that they don't have a correct strong business model, and we have that. We have created one. We are envisioning to have 20 plants in next 5 years across India, and we want to create licensed partners for our manufacturing, where we'll be controlling the qualities, but we'll be scaling pan India with the licensed partners. And we plan to have 0 to 12 crores of revenue for them in 24 months. So thank you. Hi, sir.
Can you just elaborate on ease of fabrication on site and also codal compliances for
Sorry,
this
ease
particular
of?
fabrication on site? When this particular material used on site, there are several mechanisms that construction labor has to follow, such as bending of the bars and also having a proper knowledge about using this alternative material.
Correct.
And on the codal compliances of this material.
Correct. So on site, what we have seen across our 50 clients is usually the installation is 40 to 60% faster with much less labor out there. The installation part, we have a company policy that for every order that is shipped, if it is a first time clientele, we always send our technical person to the site for a small half an hour training. Third, the compliance matter that you are saying, sir. Yes, there are BIS standards out there for the material, and we have 100% in-house lab. We have already applied for BIS license, and in next 3 months we'll be due that as well, along with the Green Pro certification. On top of that, you mentioned one more point about the bending. Bending has been the issue with the product because there's no ductility. You can't bend it on site, but we have created that plug and play solution as well. We get the customized drawings from the clients and we customize it for them as per their sizes and ship it. So it becomes even faster for them to install.
Hello. Yeah, one more small question. It is about like uh, in a typical particular site, like if you consider the amount of steel that is being used, that how much percentage you think your product can totally replace? How much percentage of the total that is steel used?
So are you talking about the whole market, sir?
And not the market. In
Okay.
market, you talked about you're replacing some
Yes.
1%, 2%.
Uh-huh.
In a typical site, say any
So
site.
honestly, sir, what has our experience been is we have done a lot of pilots. The 50 clients we talk about, so almost 30 of them have taken a scalable material. I would say in the quantum of 1 ton to 20 tons, but balance 20-25 of them are usually small pilots. They take a small 1,000 square feet area, 5,000 square feet area in the residential, like Mahindra Life Spaces. They took a small 500 square feet area and they did the pilot there. So a lot of pilots are there happening right now. Why we are choosing a 4x number? Because now that we have done a lot of pilots, now we are empaneled and approved in a lot of places and companies. Now we know that the sales might compound, and that's how we are getting the run rate as well.
That's okay, but in a typical, say, suppose 100 ton is used at one place. Out of that, how much you can replace?
We can replace technically 30 to 40 tons.
Okay, that solves my question.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a big round of applause, everyone. Now I'm going to call our next presenters from Gangotri Energy Projects on stage, please.
Thank you very much.
The green button takes you to your next slide.
Very good evening. Thank you very much to the CSI team for giving us this opportunity again. I was here 3 years ago when we were just a concept, but we have grown. Well, we are here to talk of something which is absolutely waste, and each one of us who are here are the generators of that waste. So we are looking at unlocking the real energy value of the municipal solid waste through a decentralized approach. Between the time frame which I was here last and now, we have added Urjala as the brand for us, which is energy recycled, and a mission which is Kachra Mukt and Resource Yukt Bharat. And this is how we intend to do. Well, we all know we are gathered here for the SDI, where we are talking of architectural structures, sustainable buildings, but focus on waste management has been limited to liquid waste. And collection and transport is the buzzword everywhere in the corporations, but very little on processing and disposal of the solid waste. This is the quantum of the waste we all know. This is what our Swachh Bharat mission talks of wet and dry, and the recycled waste is only for the dry waste. The 50 to 60% is the wet. But what happens to the 20-25%, which is non-recyclable, is what is our focus. The prevalent solutions have shortcomings, and we are looking at the dry waste part, which is the mountain maker. And the prevalent solutions of recycling are having shortcomings. It needs a lot of sorting. It needs aggregation. And the non-recyclables have only two solutions: being sent to long-distance cement plants or build white elephant waste to energy plants. So we are looking at a solution which overcomes all this by saying, "Jahan kaam aaye sui, kya kare talwar." So we are converting this. Those of you who have been to our stall would know we are actually converting the waste as a combustion fuel, as energy. We talked and how energy is important. It's not incineration, it's combustion. These are the clean emissions it gives. And we are using this a molecule of a solution by giving a decentralized model of using pellets, converting into pellets, and say no to centralized, yes to decentralized. And with the pelleting as a solution, we are giving Urjola pellets for this. This has been recognized. A big win for us has been the solid waste 2026 policy has included this to be used as an industrial fuel in boilers, which was not there. And this is the potential. We could have 10,000 plants in India for making it Kachra Mukt and Resource Yukt. Thank you very much.
So may I now ask the jury to please take over.
Slide. Thank you.
Check. You say your byproduct or the product of this thing is that you create those pellets.
Yes,
They have a calorific value. They can be burned.
correct.
Who's the potential buyer for this? Like, where do you look to sell these out?
Yeah, like I said, the fuel is used in many places like the coal or even the bioenergy. We had a reference of bioenergy today. Is being used as a fuel in many places. Here we are trying to repurpose this fuel for being used in industrial boilers, which are being used as a process heating or making steam or hot oil across industries. And India has an industrial boiler ecosystem which uses solid fuel right from maybe a 1-ton boiler to going to maybe a 50-ton boiler. I'm not talking of the coal-powered power plants, which incidentally now has a Samarth policy, which has mandated 10% use of bioenergy, the agro residue, for as pellets. So now what we did 6 years ago, and we have started and doing this, thanks to the efforts where we have come and sort of also given here, it has now come as a mandate to be used for using this what is called as RDF, refuse derived fuel, as a 6% blend with your solid fuel in the first year, 10% by the third year, and 15% by the sixth year.
So is that forming as the major part of your revenue model?
Well, we have now about 20 plants running, including places like IIT Bombay, including Khadki Cantonment or Parishad. We have now at Dakshin Kannad Zilla Panchayat. So our model is essentially giving the solution of giving the machinery, because pelleting of this diverse recycling low cost plastic to the paper, to the cardboard, to the kapda, juta, chappal, which we throw, we are making it as a homogeneous mass. Incidentally, the calorific value is over 4,000, which is unmatchable. Our moisture level is less than 1,000, rather 10%. And ash is in the region of 10 to 12%. And it is unlocking the value of segregation. So this is what we are able to offer. This is pellets. And it is being co-fired. So our model is mainly the capital equipment, but we give a guarantee of the offtake of the pellets. That is from the reason that we had given from the day one. We are so confident of the market. I showed you the numbers. The potential of this could be 10,000 such plants across India and more than 5 million pellets, tons of pellets every year. So we are giving that assurance to people that waste which you are throwing around and not doing anything with the landfill, which has no value. Today, people are clamoring for the recycle because there's an EPR working. People are getting money. Thank you so much.
To interrupt you there. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to call our next presenter from this set and also the last one before we move to the next segment, which is Mexifier Engineering.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. No, this. Good evening. I'm Deepak. I'm representing Winsol, and I'm the founder and CEO of that company. We are basically into heat pump manufacturing company, and we are the pioneers in manufacturing of indigenous heat pumps for the Indian market, right? So basically, heat pump is a device which is primarily used for heating application. It could be water, it could be a room or something like that. But we initially we are focusing more on heating water because that consumes a lot of energy requirements. So the basic thumb rule of since this is a short presentation, I'll just tell you in quickly that basically heat pumps let you save 75% to 80% of your energy cost of water heating, which is usually electric geyser dominated, right? So for example, 1 unit of power you consume to generate hot water using geyser, same thing if you give it to a heat pump, it will generate you 4 to 4.5. So that's a massive savings of 75 to 80% of the energy. And this application has a huge advantage in a place where it is for water heating, because water heating consumes almost 70% of the energy requirements from the building, right? So once we employ this heat pump, it reduces 75% of them, and we are one of the pioneers and indigenous manufacturers of heat pumps in India. Heat pump as a market in India is currently 95% dependent on the imports. So whatever the heat pumps which you see in the market is mostly imported from China. So we have tried putting up this product to be made entirely in India, and that too of a world-class quality. I'll see again, it's all weather performance. Heat pump is the unit which gives you hot water 24/7, 365 days, irrespective of the weather outside. So it's on demand hot water generation. So there are two types of heating solution: air source and thermodynamic. Thermodynamic is what makes us stand apart in the market, because this is the only this Okay, this is the technology which is done by us for the Indian market, and this is far superior than the existing air source heat pump in the market, because this works on all energy extraction. It takes energy even from the sun, wind, rain, and even from the ambient. Whereas in the regular heat pump, it takes heat only from the air, so it is even more efficient, 15 to 20% more than the regular heat pumps, and it is literally silent and maintenance free. So this is one flagship product of ours which we have developed in India, and this contributes a lot to our environment, in fact. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Any questions from our jury?
What is the COP of thermodynamic?
Yeah, it goes up to 5.2, sir. For the regular, it's 3.5 to 4.2.
So the additional increase in COP is obtained by
it's the various factors, like not just dependency on the quality of heat in the air. It takes heat directly from the sunlight also. If you have a good amount of sunlight, it takes direct heat from the sun, and then does the heat exchange. Okay, thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you once again to all the 5 innovators who joined us on stage. May I now request you to go and take a seat in the audience, please? While we wait for the next 5 innovators to get on stage and settle down, let's take a few minutes and look at what happened at the exhibition earlier today. Well, with that, I'm going to now invite the next 5 presenters on stage. We have amongst us MedCure Medical Solutions, Panjurli Labs, QGen Next Sustainable Technologies, Rao EcoStone, and Watson Envirotech. Are you all ready? And did you observe how we ran the first half, which is 3 minutes, a warning at 2.5, and then at 3 we'll have to come and stop you, followed by a question from the jury. So the pattern remains the same. And with that, I'll call our next presenter here, which is MedCure Medical Solutions. We'll only start the time once your short presentation is done. The green button takes you to the next slide. That's your presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Brito, co-founder, CTO of MedCure Medical Solutions, rebranded as Nipo AirView. To start with, how many of you know that this generation is called an indoor generation? So we are the first generation in the human history to be called as an indoor generation for a simple reason that we spend 90% of the time indoors. Imagine 1.4 billion people in India are spending 90% of the time indoors, but India lacks indoor air quality data. How severe is that? That's the sad truth, but we are one of the very few companies from India doing indoor air quality measurement, indoor air purification, and indoor air enhancement. We are making Indian buildings, make it more healthier. We are making more energy efficient, and we are making Indians more productive with our patented technology on health index, energy index, as well as productivity index. So our technology is there from hardware. Our hardware is built to last more than 10 years, which is not matched by any of the Indian players. Goes with the software. We have homegrown software that is being built on top of AWS, and we have our filtration solution that comprises of nano organic layer that is able to filter out physical, chemical, as well as microbial contamination. Imagine we can communicate to each other. What if devices can communicate to each other? Just 2 minutes ago, I got a use case here that we are feeling very cold here, right? Is it not? And I got the answer from the organizer. She told me that this AC has been built for 2,000 people, but hardly we are 400 here. And just placing our palm-sized air quality monitor here, that will be able to communicate to the HVAC and control the HVAC, thus saving the energy efficiency, human comfort, and our health effects here. That is all done by a small palm-sized air quality monitor, and through that we generate data and we provide solution based on the data. And those solutions are customized, starting from domestic solution to industrial solution to commercial solution, starting from 300 square feet to 1,500 square feet. All these are being built by us from Chennai. We are MedCure Medical Solutions, and we are looking forward to making these buildings more sustainable by making it more energy efficient, healthy, and productive. Thank you so much.
Hello. Yeah, you said about this interacts with the climate around, right? And then it modifies and gives the throughput like. This is local based or you connect to cloud or how is it? It is locally, the data is locally collected, processed it there and there itself, or you are connected to some cloud or something?
Yes, sir. So these devices, they measure the data. We don't predict the data. We have sensors. Those measure the data. and that is being indexed are being sent to the cloud. And through the cloud, it is being sent to the facility managers and the HR departments and admins. We give them reports on a monthly basis. And those reports will have a recommendation on standalone purification solution or a HVAC based purification solution or an ESG compliance or the well and lead compliance. All these are given as a recommendation and those could be submitted for their compliance and certification purposes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one quick one. In a domestic uh, application, how would you compare your product to so many products which are available in market that includes Dyson, Honeywell, and so many products? What's the comparative analysis?
Yes, sir. So when we started off this company, we were a B2B company, and last year we raised $2 million investment. Now we are pivoting to a B2C environment where all our B2B solution have been converting to B2C in terms of cost centricity as well as the contaminants of microbial air pollution. So since all goes with Dyson, Honeywell, and Philips, they all concentrate on the PM 2.5 and above filtration and the carbon filtration, but we are working on 0.01 micron level of filtration as well as the microbial filtration. So that is going to be a whole lot solution for your indoor air.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And with that, may I now call the next presenter, who is from Panjurli Labs. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Start your time once you're satisfied your presentation is short. So, and the green button takes you next. Don't try it now. Sure. All set?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello everyone, good evening. This is Ashik from Panjurli Labs. We are a clean tech startup from Bangalore working on sustainable air purification. So whenever we talk about the smog and the problem of air pollution, all of us focus on the urban cities, how bad the air quality is, how people are surviving that. But have you ever given a thought about what is the condition of the industrial workers? What's the condition of the construction workers who face this problem on a daily basis? But this is not just a problem from that perspective. Air pollution is a problem which can be seen through multiple lenses, from a health perspective, socio-economic perspective, technological perspective. So as an engineer, I'd like to tackle this from a technological perspective. Currently, HEPA filters are being used in air purification, but the problem with these filters are that they get clogged very easily and they'll have to be frequently replaced. So there are two areas where they cannot be used. One, where a very large volume of air has to be cleaned, and second one, where the pollution concentration is very high. So to tackle this, we developed a filtration system where the filter cleans itself. Whenever the filter gets dirty or whenever it's clogged with pollutants, it cleans itself. Because of this, we are able to achieve 80% low on cost of maintenance. We're able to save 35% on electricity, and the filter life is about 15 years. So this technology is patented by us, and it is the only technology to be certified by the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, at the same time by an NABL accredited lab. So these are the competitions. These are the HEPA-based purifiers, electrostatic precipitators, and mist cannons. But in comparison with all this, our system has high volume purification capacity, has self-cleaning filters, and is very low power consuming. So we have multiple range of our products, all the way from exhaust mounted product to low, medium, high volume air purifiers, at the same time outdoor air purifiers. By outdoor, I don't mean smog towers, but these are the purifiers which can be installed in high dust environments like RMC plants, construction and demolition sites, or places where the pollution gets generated. We can trap it right at the source and prevent that from escaping into the other parts of the city or other places. At the same time, we have industrial solutions which can actually capture the industrial pollutants right at the source, mainly in activities like grinding, polishing, etc. So this is one of the projects that we did with Social Alpha, where we installed our air purifiers in a bus station. This is a very tricky station because every now and then we'll have emission from the buses. At the same time, this is a semi-outdoor spaces, so there's a lot of air movement. In spite of that, also we were able to improve the air quality by up to 80%, and the data is verified by the State Pollution Control Board. So there are a lot of applications for our projects, mainly in construction site, industrial spaces, material processing sites, and any places where you have dust or the pollutants. So these are few of our impact numbers. So basically we have 350 plus installations across the country, and more than 35,000 people are able to breathe cleaner every day because of our initiatives. At the same time, we have won 11 plus international awards, and we help achieve 4 of UNO's Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you.
May I now request a question from the jury? And may I also request probably other jury members to ask some follow-on questions?
Okay. Wanted to know, is there any ways that comes out of it and what do you make use of it? If you can elaborate a little on that.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So once the filter is self-clean, so once it activates the self-cleaning mechanism, all the dust which is collected on the filter gets shed off and sent into the storage section. From there, it can be taken out and reused, ma'am. So depending on the type of dust and application, there are many reuses. For example, Britannia is one of our clients. So majority of the dust we collect is sugar dust. So they reuse that in their process. Another example is that we do CSR project with a lot of companies where the dust that we collect is majorly made of carbon. So what we do is we combine that with clay and we manufacture pencils out of it. So far we have manufactured around 25,000 pencils from air pollution residue. Similarly, we are exploring other options like combining that into waste plastic and making that into bricks and other alternatives. So almost 99% of the residue that we collect goes into the circular economy, ma'am. So there is no waste out of it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. May I now call the next presenter from QGen Next Sustainable Technology, please? It's ideally back, yeah, but at times it hangs. So best is you just move it.
Awesome. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, CSI, for this event and for having us over here. Dev Vise from GAN School, Passive Daytime Radiative Cooling Coating. A question for the audience. Can you imagine standing on your roof at the peak summer, barefoot and not screaming? Everyone knows that the heat is going from bad to worse to worst. Hot urban heat island effect, hot roofs, the problems, everyone is well aware. The need of the hour is to have a solution that is really good at solving this problem and solving it fast and being scalable. Well, this is what we bring to the table. Our product radiates back almost 98.6 cumulatively, and the result is almost a drop of up to 20 to 23 degrees on the hot surface. The mechanism is passive daytime radiative cooling. The material has an emissivity of 93%, which causes it to give a very high amount of heat back to the atmosphere. We are the only coating that has got waterproofing abilities. It is structurally sound. You can walk on it without tearing it. More importantly, the drop is almost up to 15 to 23 degrees. We have worked on it for almost more than 30,000 hours. It cannot get more made in India than this. Real life examples, we did a short shed for a pharma company. The temperature drop was 13 degrees on the lower side. The stored material was cooler by almost 3 degrees. Similarly, a container office for a Hyderabad company where they were forced to use HVAC. A drop of 23 degrees meant that the HVAC could actually be lowered. This is a site video. I hope it plays. No, it didn't play. Well, the site difference was almost 17 to 18 degrees over there. So essentially what we are saying is we are providing an all-round performance where we are cooling, we are doing the waterproofing, the surface is walkable. And yes, in the peak afternoon, you can walk barefoot without screaming. We have done projects across India. The total TAM right now is 5.2 billions. We are targeting the SOM, which is our main areas, India, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Southern Europe, where the heat is really bad. And that market is around about 5 to 10 million. We have done projects across India, and we have seen in the complex geography that we have, this still works. Who are we? I'm Dev Vise, I'm the co-founder, I'm the CTO of this company, backed by Rupa, who is an architect. We have almost 30% repeat orders. We have made it to Cleantech top 50 startups to watch. We are also part of WRI recently Cool Challenge. Our target raise, we are looking to raise around 500,000 to scale this further, reach out further to the market, continuously innovate on the technology, and make sure that a product goes further and further. I want to leave a last bit of data for the audience. A trial was conducted at Yale where they coated one block with a cooling paint, and it brought the ambient temperature down by 1.2 degrees. Imagine if we brought this technology across, scaled it up, did campuses, how much ambient drop we would get. Thank you.
Any questions from our jury members?
Hi, we spoke on this. I just wanted to understand how it compares with SRI paints, which is generally used on the roofs and the surfaces which you're saying. And if it is applied, does it remove the need for SRI from those surfaces? And also you mentioned that it's waterproof. So if you use it on a roof, does it remove the need for waterproofing on the roof? These are the things which I would like to know.
Great. Thank you for this question. Bear with me as I go into the technology. You can see the slide over here. The SRI paints generally work on the mechanism of reflection. What we also have in addition is a 93% emissivity of the material. Now your practical black body, a graphene based back body, has emission of 97%. We have a white body which has an emissivity of 93%. A combination of reflection and radiation helps us really achieve that temperature drop. And bear in mind, it's a white body that has this kind of emissivity. Now, when you say like, this is a direct replacement for various technologies. Like you won't need a SRI paint with this technology because you'll be achieving superior cooling. The surface is walkable. Your surface doesn't need to be treated delicately. Yes, don't drag sharp objects across, but it is walkable, usable. Your solar panels will be more efficient because of the cooling, because of the bifacial action as well. Waterproofing, the top coating that is done frequently every 2 years is not required once you install this coating because this is a rugged waterproof. In situations like Mumbai, like what kind of rainfall we have in Mumbai, we have had clients whose now third year in a row there has been no leakage. So in a way, yes, it's an all-in-one kind of a solution that works across the spectrum.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
May I now call the next presenter from Rao EcoStone, please? Let's give him a round of applause, everyone. That helps cheer them up.
Hi everyone, myself Ranjan Kumar Gupta, respected jury members. We are on the mission in 2018 जहां हम रिसाइकल करते हैं आपके हमारे अपने घर के निकले हुए वेस्ट प्लास्टिक्स के साथ साथ इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट को रीब्यूल्ड करते हैं बेहतर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को और रीइमेजिन करते हैं सस्टेनेबल इको फ्रेंडली ग्रीनर वर्ल्ड को। आज इंडिया में हर साल 13 मिलियन टन ऑफ वेस्ट प्लास्टिक जनरेट हो रहा है। ऐसा कोई शहर नहीं है जहां पर एक हमने पहाड़ नहीं बनाया हुआ है। वो पहाड़ प्लास्टिक वेस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट का एक पहाड़ है। वहीं पर जहां पर एक इंडस्ट्री को बोला जाता है कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री के 37% ग्लोबल ग्रीन हाउस गैस कम्स फ्रॉम दिस इंडस्ट्री। हर साल हम 5 बिलियन मैट्रिक टन तक न्यू नेचुरल रिसोर्स को कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं और 3 बिलियन मैट्रिक टन तक सीएनडी वेस्ट को जनरेट कर रहे हैं। तब एक आइडिया है कि हम क्यों ना इस वेस्ट के साथ वेल्थ कैटेगरी में जाया जाए। हमने सबसे बड़ी काम किया कि हमने 2 कैटेगरी बनाया जहां पे हम लोग रिसाइकल करते हैं अपसाइकल करते हैं अप टू 80% ऑफ प्लास्टिक वेस्ट एंड 20% ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट और बनाते हैं पेवर ब्लॉक्स ब्रिक्स टाइल्स स्लैब ऑल द फुटपाथ मटेरियल। देन विच कम्स की सस्टेन क्रीट जहां पे हम लोग 20% यूजिंग द सीमेंटियस मटेरियल एंड 80% द वेस्ट। तब पर भी एक सवाल है कि हम इंपैक्ट क्रिएट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। प्रॉब्लम्स ये था कि हम प्रोडक्ट बना रहे थे पेवर ब्लॉक्स ब्रिक्स टाइल्स बिल्डिंग्स मटेरियल। दैट टाइम्स कम्स की ये जितने भी हमारे प्रोडक्ट थे ये लाइट वेट थे कार्बन नेगेटिव थे जीरो सीमेंट थे हाई स्ट्रेंथ थे सारे पैरामीटर में से बेहतर थे। तब एक समझ में आया कि हम इंपैक्ट वो वाला जो है क्रिएट नहीं कर पा रहे। प्लास्टिक की एक लिमिटेशन थी बट यू हैव फाइंड द मेजर थिंग्स इज सीमेंट। अगर हम सीमेंट में कुछ नया कर पाते हैं क्योंकि बिल्डिंग मटेरियल आज 100 ईयर्स में बहुत बड़ी चेंजेस नहीं लाया देन वी बिकम्स अ कार्बन निगेटिव ग्रीन सीमेंट। इस सीमेंट का सबसे बड़ी खासियत बात यह है कि ये सीमेंट 100% वेस्ट से बना हुआ है। ये CO2 को भी ट्रैप करता है और जो इसके जितने भी कंप्रेसिव पैरामीटर, टेंसाइल पैरामीटर, वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन जितने भी होते हैं नॉर्मल सीमेंट से ये बेहतर परफॉर्म करता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द ओपीसी 53 ग्रेड। जहां पे नॉर्मल सीमेंट को कास्टिंग करने के लिए हमको 28 दिन का टोटल टाइम चाहिए टू गेटिंग द फुल स्ट्रेंथ, ये सीमेंट मात्र 14 डे में फुल स्ट्रेंथ दे देता है। साथ ही साथ इस सीमेंट की सबसे बड़ी खासियत ये है कि ये हमको वाटर प्रूफिंग भी ये मटेरियल हमें प्रोवाइड करता है। Myself, Ranjan Kumar Gupta, founder and CEO Paving Plus, and I've completed BTech, MTech from Civil Department and co-founder Sheikh Jahur Rahman. इसके साथ साथ हमने एक नया प्रोडक्ट बनाया जहां पे हम लोग जो अपना ग्रीन सीमेंट है उसके साथ भी मिक्सिंग द सैंड एंड मेकिंग द वर्दे प्लास्टर। एज ए जेनजी कैटेगरी हमें नहीं पता कि ये घर को प्लास्टर करने के लिए कितना सीमेंट और कितना सैंड की रिक्वायरमेंट होता है। एक बार स्टोरी मेरे पापा बोले घर को प्लास्टर करा दो, हम बोले हैं प्लास्टर करा दूं, कहां से बालू कहां से सीमेंट लाऊं। हमने उसी का एक 40 केजी का बैग बनाया जहां पर आपके ये सारा पैरामीटर आप अगर दीवार पर लगाते हैं तो 40 केजी का बैग 24 स्क्वायर मीटर आप 24 स्क्वायर फीट आपको कवर करता है। एंड दिस इज आवर क्लाइंट जहां पे अभी हम कर रहे हैं। टिल डेट अभी हम लोगों ने लगभग 18 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर चुके हैं। दिस इज आवर प्रोजेक्ट। ये सारे प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर यू आर यूजिंग आवर ग्रीन सीमेंट। This is our project. And as a startups, you are not only generating the revenue, also you are creating the impact on the ground. Till that, you already laid down 20 lakhs square feet of the material. And the सबसे best part है कि you have generated the 500 plus family rack picker in West Bengal. Thank you so much.
Any of our jury members want to ask a question, please? We have a question here.
Hi, just you did not touch upon the road, which you said that you can do. So,
Sorry, ma'am.
you said that you are also building roads.
Yes.
So, what is the challenge in expanding?
मैम चैलेंज एक्सपेंडिंग में सबसे बड़ा आता है कि वहाँ का लोकल मार्केट को समझना, बिकॉज रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड दिस टाइप्स ऑफ पे ऑलरेडी कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्टर करता है और हमारे लिए सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज होता है ऑपरेशनली उसको टैकल करना। ये एक हमारे लिए थोड़ा चैलेंज है। बट अभी हम कोलकाता के साथ साथ अभी बैंगलोर में भी हमने स्टार्ट कर दिया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग। इस 28 को हमारा पहला ट्रायल प्रोजेक्ट विल स्टार्टेड।
What did you mean by operational channel?
ऑपरेशन चैलेंज इनकी क्या कहलाता है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग द प्रोडक्ट, सप्लाइंग द प्रोडक्ट एंड लोकल कम्युनिकेशन, तो थोड़ा टफ होता है फॉर अदर स्टेट। यस मैम, डीलिंग विद द पीपल एंड इनफैक्ट ऑल ये सारे जो प्रोडक्ट है सारे ग्रांट पेटेंट के थ्रू बनाया हुआ है। तो यू हैव ऑलरेडी 5 ग्रांट पेटेंट फॉर दिस प्रोडक्ट।
I mean, as a use case, I think that's a very strong use case for you because the roads are the ones which are expanding heavily in the country. And if there is a better way of doing it, I think that's a great use case.
You have given the guarantee for the any road contract जहां भी हमने किया है कि 15 साल में अगर रोड खराब होता है तो हम पूरी रोड चेंज करेंगे विदाउट आस्किंग अ सिंगल क्वेश्चन। दिस इज आवर गारंटी बिकॉज लाइफ ऑफ द आवर प्रोडक्ट इज 35 ईयर प्लस।
Thank you so much. And now we move on to the last presentation for the evening. May I please request Watson Envirotech to take the stage now? Everyone.
Namaste. All my friends here, they talked about the 15% of the Indian populace who have a lot of problems with buildings and materials and whatnot. And we easily forget the remaining 85% of the Indian population who still don't have access to drinking water and safe sanitation. That is how I became an accidental entrepreneur. Looking at the last mile problems, I saw two typical cases where a family in a village casually said, I lost 2 children because of diarrheal death. That is because of waterborne diseases. And another girl child in an orphanage, they go out in the late night or in the dark hours to defecate themselves, catching each one's hand and go out. One girl got stung by a scorpion and she died. The other children did not know that this girl is not there. When they woke up in the morning, this girl was already dead and gone. These two incidents shook me so hard, I threw my MNC job and I decided this should be my life mission of making Watson reach out to the unreached woman and the child in the country. That is water and sanitation put in form of Watson. And we do something what an RO machine does, everything reverse. It's a simple technology where nano-poured clay candle is made, a technology from CSIR Bhubaneswar, where 131 people took the license and 130 failed. For scaling up any technology, you need persistence, perseverance, patience, and scientific temperament. So it is just clay. If I mold it, it becomes nano clay. If somebody does, it is brick. So we started off with making a 15-liter water purifier, which is a do-it-yourself product, which can be given to the rural people. Just with a YouTube video, they can fix it and forget. The candle can be front washed and back washed, and you can use it for lifetime. And since 2009 until date, we have reached out to more than 6 lakh rural households, more than 1,000 schools, 40,000 Anganwadis. The BSF Wagah border Jawans are drinking water from my filter, and no AMC so far. They forget me after they get my water filter in their space. And all the flood you say in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Chennai flood, Assam flood, the first product to go and reach out to them is Watson water purifier. And then we knew that a lot of schools and Anganwadis and primary health centers across the country is suffering for want of water. We fitted the larger ones. Then came the shocker in my life that arsenic, there is no RO company is ready to remove arsenic at a low price. And IITs and all these big institutions publish paper and get patent. I convert that into a product. Dr. Pradeep from IIT Madras published the paper on arsenic removal. I converted it as a product. We are given to 2 lakh households in Northeast and West Bengal. And PSG College of Coimbatore published a paper on fluoride removal. I converted into a product and given close to 1 lakh rural households in Rajasthan and Karnataka. So we do this. This is a carbon emission product, and completely 3 companies have got carbon credits also by implementing in villages and in schools.
So
I am a plastic technologist and I'm a fellow of Royal Academy of Engineering, and as I told you, an accidental engineering. You cut my veins, you may not see blood, but water oozing out. You tell your pin code, I can tell you what type of water is there, whether it is having arsenic, fluoride, lead or whatnot, and I advise the customer who buy online that what water you should buy and water purifier is right for his solution. So without any tension, yeah, of course I forgot AI. Amma ka ijjat. The mother has economical constraint, health constraint. Yeah, sorry. And if she loves to take my filter without any bias and mental tension, drink the water without any bias and feeling happy, that makes my day. And that is the reward and award I get. My team is full of women workers. The factory is made up of in a abandoned rice mill. I took it up. I gave money to the farmer so that he is also happy. I am also running my factory. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Anyone from the jury has a question?
We spoke about it. I think all of us are wondering, since you are doing so well, what is it that you're looking for here? Why are you here?
The connects, the anomaly is GSD is 18%. It tells this is an industrial liquid and gas purification system. And I've been writing to the Prime Ministers for the commercial ministers, the GST taxes. It could be 5%. I don't say it is exempted. That is one problem. And in the GEM portal, these are still not going in, even though my water purifier carries 3 government logos. The CSIR, Department of Science and Technology, and CPET for the food grade plastic, approved by Jal Shakti Ministry. It is a water cartel. So I want you to break the water cartel and take this pot to everybody in the country, small or big. For industry, we have a small machine which we call it Agastya. Within 1 minute, you get 20 liters per minute. So I can scale up any size to any industry to solve their problem in the last minute, and without using energy and without wasting water. So please connect me to people. I want more connects and more orders. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, presenters. That was fantastic. I'll now request you to please go and take your seats in the audience. And for all the students over here, I hope all of you got some cues for your grand jury presentation tomorrow. Now let's give a few minutes to our jury members to decide on who wins the Climate Smart Innovation Award. And while our jury members are doing that, we have something very exciting for you. Climate action is not only about the buildings we design, but also about the choices we make every day, including how we get here, what we consume, and the actions we take together. This year, we have a fun new activity for everyone at the finals. It's called Cool the Globe, a personal carbon emissions tracking app which has created a special SDI Finals 2026 community for all of us. Many of you have already downloaded the app and begun tracking your own emissions. But for those of you who are yet to get started, we have amongst us Prachi Shevgaonkar, the founder of Cool the Globe, to get you going. In addition to being a climate innovator and founder of Cool the Globe, she's also a Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia honoree, a Shark Tank India entrepreneur, and she represented India at COP27. She works to mobilize citizens for climate action through technology and grassroots engagement. So may I please request Prachi to come up?
Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. At SDI, you might know that we don't just talk, we walk the talk. So I'm here so that we can all walk the talk together. And before I tell you how, I think it's always a good idea to start with why. We are a very curated bunch of people in one room. Why are we all here today? Let me tell you about why I am here. A quick story. And it makes me very nostalgic because that story starts with a presentation and a pitch similar to what we heard today. The only difference was my jury was a little scarier than the wonderful jury we have in front of us. My jury was very scary because my jury was my parents. And I was giving them a pitch. I was pitching to them that let me drop out of my college right now in just 2 months and travel across India for a year to figure out how I could make some kind of a difference through my career. The reason why you're all here is as well. So I made this scary pitch to them, and thankfully I won that pitch, and they let me do it. And so in that year, my question was just that: how can I make an impact through my career? And so I remember doing a search on what is the biggest problem in the world right now that I can work on. And what was the answer? You all have spoilers. It's very obvious: climate change. But I was very surprised to see that organizations, scientists, newspapers around the world were talking about how climate change is the biggest problem in front of us today. So then I asked myself a question that I want to ask all of you as well. Can you give me a show of hands? How many of you care about climate change? Of course, all of you do. The only reason I asked this question is because I wanted to see a room full of hands going up. But to be very honest, when I asked myself that question, I wasn't sure yet. I had a moment of honesty and I thought, yes, this sounds very pressing, but we have so many issues in front of us, from poverty, hunger, illiteracy. Why should I care about polar ice melting in some other part of the world? So I spent that year working on every problem other than climate change. I traveled with farmers, worked with waste pickers, worked in education, talked to thousands of young kids. And in every community I visited, I witnessed the effects of climate change. It's like it wouldn't leave my back everywhere I go. And that's when I realized that climate change is not about these big words like renewables and green and polar ice and melting glaciers and global warming. As ordinary citizens, we care about very simple things. We care about our homes and health and livelihoods. And most importantly, we care about our families and the people around us, and climate change is affecting all of that. Only when I realized that, I remember going to my father and asking him, What can an ordinary girl like me do about a big problem like climate change? And we decided to start from our own home. We took a challenge to reduce our own carbon footprint by 10% that year. But how? So we started doing simple things like recycling plastic and put up a solar power plant, started cycling to college a few days a month. And then I realized if I had to continue doing this, I needed to be able to measure the impact of my actions. How many of you track the calories in your food? Can I get a few of a lot of us are young today. Not all of us need to do that. But just the way we track the calories in our food, can I know the emissions behind my sustainable actions? So I started tracking those, and when I did that, something very interesting happened. I started to have fun. It almost became like a fun game I was playing at home, and because I was enjoying it so much, my friends, neighbors, batchmates, people around me started to take notice. They would come to me and ask, it looks like you're doing something interesting, and how can we join you in this challenge? And from this, the idea for Cool the Globe app was born. I decided to build an app from my dorm room as a young student, just where you are today, an app that would bring people like you and I together to make climate action a part of our lives. So I started building it as a student, and by the time I graduated, it was launched, it was ready. That's when I realized that now the real work starts. Honestly, I just graduated, I was still looking at it like a college project. And I was thinking too small. And I was very lucky to find a few mentors, similar to the mentors you'd find here today, who expanded my vision of what's possible and who told me that this can be beyond a college project. And so I got my friends together, got my batchmates together, and we started creating campaigns and challenges on the app for people to take climate action in their day-to-day lives and work. And our message was very simple: let each one of us reduce our carbon footprint by 10%. Now, what happened next was something I could have never imagined. People liked that we were talking about not just the problem, but how every person can be a part of the solution. And I saw that one person would come on the app, record a climate action that would inspire 10 others and create a ripple effect. A 9-year-old girl came and asked me, what change can I make in my life to fight climate change? And she started going to a school on a cycle, recorded saving 60 kilograms of emissions, 3 times her weight by doing that. Another 86-year-old woman came and said, I can't move around much, but I still want to do something. So her granddaughter was getting married. She decided to reuse her own sari for the event from her own wedding instead of buying a new sari. Recorded 50 kilograms of carbon emissions by doing this. So we saw how climate actions in our own lives can be incredibly powerful to create a ripple effect. Young people around the world started coming in, said that we would want to be your ambassadors, and started spreading the word in their communities. I started this platform as a young girl who wanted to make a difference but thought I was too powerless in the face of a problem so big. As I speak to you, it's been 10 years to that. And today, our campaigns and challenges have reached over 25 million people. We have users in 150 countries and who have recorded saving 8 million kilograms of carbon emissions. And this is just the beginning. I tell you this story today because I have one thing to give to you and one thing to ask of you. I ask that you believe not in anybody else, but believe in the power of your own actions and innovations to make a dent in the world. And I give to you a gift to do that. The gift is a gift of action. So while I was coming here today to meet all of you, we thought of doing something different and fun here together. So we've launched a sustainable challenge just for SDI community on Cool the Globe app. So while we are here today, we want you to start taking simple sustainable actions at the venue. So this is a completely net zero event, and we want to top that up with sustainable actions we take while we are here. So we have a sustainable challenge on the app. You can go on the app, find out what are the simple actions you can take tomorrow. Record those actions. You'll find the carbon emissions you've saved by doing that. We also have leaderboards. We'll be able to see who's in the top 10, who's in the top 100. We'll be able to see which team is in the top 10. The reason we are doing this is this year at SDI, we want to recognize not just the best innovations, but also the participants who are truly embodying sustainability, who are truly here to walk the talk. So the top 10 participants on the leaderboard will be rewarded as the SDI Climate Champions. And the top team will also get an award. So while we're here today, the first task of the challenge begins right now. And for that, I want you all to do something with me. Are you ready? Okay. So all I wanted to do is look behind you. This is not just for students. This is also for all the guests. Look behind you or ahead of you. Look at the person behind you or ahead of you. Look behind you and give the person behind you or ahead of you a high five. Give one person a high five. Okay. Now the person you gave a high five to, that is your climate buddy at SDI. Remember that person. That person is going to be your climate buddy. Now, what I want you to do is take out your phone, download Cool the Globe app right now. If you don't have it, you'll find the Walk the Talk at SDI challenge and think of one sustainable action you're going to take today or tomorrow. Think of one sustainable action you're going to take, and you have to make your climate buddy take that action too. So between the two of you, you would have 2 actions completed at the very minimum. And now, throughout the next 2 days, whenever you run into a climate buddy, I want you to give them a high five and ask them, did you take your climate action today? Okay, and as you leave this hall, again, I want you to look at your climate buddy and show them that you've joined the SDI Walk the Talk challenge. The reason we are doing this is because a lot of us think our actions are too small, but when a lot of us are coming together, our collective impact can be extraordinary. At the beginning of my journey, I read somewhere that it's going to take a miracle to avoid the worst effects of climate change. But today, seeing all of your presentations and all of your zeal, I believe that when people like us come together to take action, miracles can happen. So let's make them happen together, starting right here at SDI. Thank you so much.
Wow, this is so cool. I'm going to download the app as well, and probably I found a buddy for myself backstage, but I hope all of you have downloaded the app. Now, I think we have a lot of secrets to reveal in the latter half of what is left. We definitely have the winner for the Climate Smart Innovation Award. But before that, I think we have something else which is very important that we have to announce. Students, any guesses? What is this? Any guesses? Yeah, I can hear some of you whisper, and I think you're kind of right, but you can say it out loud. That's right. So this is the announcement for who the component model awardee shortlisting teams are. But I think before I do that, I have another cool teaser for you. So I'm going to ask all of you to wait for a few more minutes, and then we'll come to that.
Okay, just be natural.
Natural means what? Like normal natural or brochure natural? Because this is normal.
Sound check. What? Yes, yes, that's normal. Is that your goat?
What's good?
This is my camera friendly side. Cooling retrofit solution. Compact, scalable, potentially disruptive. Still in prototype stage.
Well, that's curious. I wonder if we'll find out the secret tomorrow. But without much ado, I'm going to get to the Component Model Award shortlisting now. We asked teams from the Building Challenge to build component models. These are full-scale models using real materials of construction, assemblies, or mechanisms. These are components that the teams think are worthy of building and showing off. And we have a Best Component Model award as well for this category. During the division presentations, the jury from each division has picked the best component model for each division. And during the upcoming project exhibition, the jury for the Best Component Model Award is going to evaluate the shortlisted models and pick one winner. So the teams who've been shortlisted are from Community Resilience Shelter Division, we have Team Samanvaya. From Construction Worker Housing, we have Team Sugriha. From Educational Building Division, it is Team Fracta. From the Office Building Division, we have Team Dot. And finally, from the Multi-Family Housing Division, we have Team Shrishti. Congratulations to all the teams that have been shortlisted. The final evaluation of the component models will take place tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. in the project exhibition area. Only one student from each team may represent the entire team during this evaluation. So if you're the chosen one, please arrive on time and be prepared to answer questions from the jury that will be assessing you. Congratulations once again, everyone. Okay, enough with holding our breaths. Looks like the jury has come to a consensus on who the winner is for the Climate Smart Innovation Award. I invite jury member Shruti Parija to please come up on stage and tell us about what she thought about all the pitches and innovations that she spent time with throughout today. Yeah, please.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's been a long day, and I think I speak on behalf of all my fellow jury members that we really had an engaging day, understanding and interacting with all the startup founders. Climate technology in the built environment is a very tough space. And hats off to all the founders for pursuing some of these solutions which address the most pressing challenges that society is facing today. I would also like to congratulate IIHS and AEEE for putting together the Solar Decathlon initiative. We had 88 applications, and today we saw 27 shortlisted ones. This cut across some of the most impactful spaces in the built environment: sustainable construction, air pollution, waste, water, sanitation. And we have now come together to the final part of the evening, and I will invite Pavitra Venkatesh, General Manager, Mahindra Life Spaces, to do the honors. You can take this.
No?
Thank you, Shruti. I think it's been an amazing day, though it's a long day from 88 to 27 to 10. And I'm waiting for the final bated breath to announce the winner here. Any guesses, anyone? Because I think all of them have done a brilliant job. First of all, heartiest congratulations and a round of applause to all the 10 nominees. Well, in my mind also, I was thinking whether it be this one have it right here. So with not much waiting, I think I'm going to announce the winner. The winner who I'm going to talk about is very sustainable. It has a Make in India innovation and something that we all need. It's currently very cold here. We need to heat it up. And that's Mexawire Engineering Private Limited.
Can we have both the founders on stage, please?
Thank you, everyone. And once again, congratulations, Megziffer Engineering. You are the winners of the SDI Climate Smart Innovation Award 2026. We definitely need more people like you to drive the change towards our sustainable future. Thank you, Pavitra and Shruti as well, along with all other jury members for being here today and for helping us with this competition. Folks, that's all we have for you today. Tomorrow morning, we are getting to know who the division winners are. So make sure you're here sharp at 9:15 a.m. for that announcement. Later in the day, we will see their pitches to the grand jury as well. I will catch all of you tomorrow for another incredible day. I'll